Hello, today's lesson is 5.2 Perimeters and Areas of Similar Figures. Your essential question is actually right here, and you can write this in your notebook. You can pause the video whenever you need to because that's really the perk of having an online lesson. So go ahead and do that. Right, essential question: how do changes in dimensions of similar geometric figures affect the perimeters and areas of the figures? So we're going to find patterns using these activities and see if we can organize it and summarize it in the notebook afterwards. Okay, so I'm your partner. Perimeter is going to be the sum of all the length around the figure. So for this one, you have perimeter as 4. Area is going to be length times width, so it's just going to be 1 times 1, so it's 1. Perimeter, then you'll have to make sure you count all the outsides only, don't count the insides. And this one is going to be 8. 3 times 4, that's going to be 12. 4 times 4 is 16. And then the area for this one is going to be 4. This one is 9, and then 16. So as you can see, if you multiply, you're just adding 4 more from the previous shape or figure. When you're working with area though, they are going to move in a different way. So hold that thought and we're going to see if we can find patterns for the other ones. But triangle, same thing. P is going to be, where perimeter is going to be 3. You have 1, 2, 3 sides. Area, we don't know how to find the area of a triangle when you have one side as 1 because you'll actually have to get the height of it and we don't know what height is. So we're just going to put B as the starting or standard area. So perimeter 2, 2, 2, so it's going to be 6. 3, 3, 3, it's going to be 9. And 4, 4, 4, 12. Area though, all you have to do is actually just count how many triangles you have inside of the big triangle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and make sure you put B because 4 times the area B as a little triangle. And then this one you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then if you count that, you have 12 or 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So you have total 16. So same thing, as you move or as you add the length, you are really multiplying by 2 or 3. So this one is 2 times 3, 3 times 3, 4 times 3, right? Or 1 times 3. And you have all these things. Oh, I forgot the B's. So you have to make sure you have the B's for this one. Okay, so let's see if we can find out the pattern for these. So I have rectangle with perimeter 1. Let's see if I can, I'm going to just draw it very small. Okay, it's going to be 2, 2, and 1, 1. So perimeter is going to be actually 4, 4, 8, and then 2, 2, another 4. So it's going to be 12 for the perimeter. And area, because it was 2, you have 2, and you 2 times 4, so it's going to be 8. If you extend it by 3 times, it's going to be 1 each, and then 2's each, and they're going to be 2. Perimeter is going to be 2, 2, 2, which is 6. You have 2 6's, and then 3, 3, so you have another 6. So it's going to be 18. Area is going to be 9. Last one. I hope I can fit everything. I'll make it a little longer. Okay. Okay, let's say they are the same. Okay, so same thing, you have 2, 2, 2, 2, So you have 8 on one side, 8 on the other side, and then 4 here, 4 here. So you have really 3 8s, 24. Then 4 times 4, you have 16. Okay. Parallelogram. Okay, we're going to draw this one more time. Okay, they're all 1, 1, 1, 1. So perimeter, 2, 2, 2, 2. Area, 4C. Okay, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Perimeter is going to be 3 times 4. Area is going to be 9C. Last one. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Perimeter is going to be 4 times 4. Area is going to be 16C. Okay, so you can see something, some sort of pattern here. And let's go ahead and organize it here. Double side the length. So the original side length, perimeter was 4. If you double it, it was 8. Triple it, it was 12. Quadruple it, it was 16. For a triangle, first perimeter was 3, and then 6, and then 9, and then 12. For this one, 6, 12, 18, 24, and then the last one, 8, 12, 16. What is a pattern that you notice? What is a pattern that you notice? Okay, you are going to see some sort of pattern, and you'll have to see the pattern for each of the figures. Okay, and how about the area? So you started with 1, and then on the top, you went to 4, 9, and 16. So 4, 9, and 16. For a triangle, you had 4B, 9B, and 16B. Okay. For rectangle, you have 2, 8, 9, or actually, I'm sorry, 4. Okay, so you had you had 4, 9, and 16. Okay, and then the last one, 4C, 9C, 16C. What do you notice here? Okay, so we see some pattern here. Okay, and some of you might have noticed that they are all going to have the same number for these columns. So I'm going to give you the notes for today. Okay, so first step, finding the ratio of perimeters. Okay. It actually doesn't matter what you have. If you have similar figures, let's say you have this side is 4, this side is 6, and they are similar figures. Okay? How do you know if they're similar figures? We'll see. Or how do we know the ratio of the perimeters? Because we don't really know the other sides that we don't have the information for. The easiest way to know the ratio of the perimeter is to see the ratio of these two numbers. So perimeter ratio of, I'll say A and B, A over perimeter of B. A is going to be 4, B is going to be 6. I'm going to simplify it, 2 over 3. And actually, this is just going to be the ratio of the perimeters. If they're similar, the ratio is always going to be the same. It doesn't matter if it's going to be a bigger or a smaller shape, as long as they have similar figures, the ratio is always going to be 2 over 3. So when you compare the figures, you're going to see the ratios. Okay. And for example, let's do another one. Let's say we don't know what figure is. Okay, let's say they're similar. Let's say the first figure, A, has a height of 9, and the second figure has a height of 15. Okay, what is going to be the ratio for the perimeter? The ratio of the perimeter is going to be A over B. So it's going to be 9 over 15. And you can simplify that by 3 over 5. And that is going to be the ratio of the perimeters. Even if we don't know the rest of the measurement, we can know that that's going to be their perimeters. So if you want to go back, you can go back and see. Because the ratio of their perimeters, right? This was 1, this was 2. So if you say ratio of the sides or the perimeters, 1 to 2, 4 over 8, they're the same. Same thing with 8 and 16. If you do 2 for the sides and then 4 for the sides, right? And perimeter is 8, 16. They are actually going to be the same once you simplify them into the simplest number. So you're going to always find the ratio the same. You just have to put the same item on the top and the bottom and simplify it. Okay. Now finding the area ratio. Finding the ratio of areas. Okay, slightly different. Because areas you're working with multiplying two numbers, you'll actually have to square the numbers. So for example, let's say we have two triangles and then this side is 6 and this side is 10. Okay, we have to find the area ratio, which is actually going to be working in slightly different ways. So I'll put it right here. Area of, I'll put A and B again. A over area of B. Now, how do you find that out? You're going to have a fraction the same way, but instead of simplifying from here, you're going to actually square those numbers. Okay, you're going to actually square the numbers. Now, before you square the numbers, if you want to simplify first, you can do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simplify the ratio first. So it's going to be 3 over 5, and then to the power of 2. 3 times 3 gives you 9, 5 times 5 gives you 25. So the ratio of the areas is going to be 9/25. So if you have two different shapes, the area, the smaller one is going to have 9, this bigger one is going to have 25 as a ratio. Let's see if we can try something in the textbook. Okay, or we can try one of these. So area ratio 4:9. This case. So let's use this one, these two. Right? So I'm going to draw example. Okay. This is 2. And this is, let's say, 3. Okay. Actually, did I say 3? Yeah, 3. Okay. So one side is 2 and the other side is 3. We're going to look into the ratio. So I'm going to put A over B. Okay. It's going to be 2/3, but I will have to square it. Now, 2/3 is the simplest version. So I am not going to simplify anymore. I just have to multiply. So 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 3 is 9, so 4/9. So this is going to be the ratio, and if you check it actually, guess what? Area is 4, area is 9. So you're going to have the same ratio of it. If you have bigger numbers, you'll have to multiply, and then you're going to end up with the same ratio, because before you square it, you can always simplify it first, like this, so you don't have to work with a super big number. Okay, so that's really what you're going to do for this lesson. You're going to put them in ratios, pretty similar to what we've been doing for the past, how many, I don't know, weeks. Okay, so for your assignment, you're going to work on your wrap books. You only have 6 questions for this one. Okay, so you'll have 2 similar figures, and all you have to do is to find out the ratio of the perimeter, which is going to be simply just putting the ratio of the sides. If you can simplify, you simplify, and then you put the ratio of the areas. Okay, they're not asking you anything more, just find those 2 items. Okay, so hopefully you guys can work on it. Like I said, I'm not giving you a whole lot of homework to make your life miserable, but to help you. So hopefully you have this in your notes, and if you have wrap book, you can have these one done too. I'm not really asking you a whole lot. And if you have any questions, message me or shoot me an email, and I'll